Hello traders, it's 11:12 a.m. Pacific on Tuesday, April 22nd. I wanted to do a quick follow-up to my week ahead video and talk about what's happened in the market yesterday, Monday, and today, Tuesday. As you can see, we did move down and test this 12-hour support that I was talking about on the weekend video. And I'd said that if we move down and then we're not able to stay and hold below that level, chances are most likely we're going to come back up and test the top of range. Pardon me. So it looks like that's kind of what we're doing, right? So we had a gap down on Monday morning that forced a lot of people short, end of day rally that pushed things back up, and then a gap up, non-true gap up because we were still within the range, but it was a big gap in price from where we closed yesterday to the open this morning, and then that forced people on the other side to be pushing to the upside. And we had a big rally, and then some news here midday that pushed things back down a bit again, but we're just finding balance now. So again, net, we're still in balance from the tariff bottom to the spike top after that. And the big question is, are we setting daily higher lows? And so if you even just take, here's our move down, lower high, lower low, and then this big move for the lower low, and then we have this lower high. And then the question is, are we setting a higher low and then going to go up, or are we going to basically just keep pushing down lower, and then, sorry, I should be drawing this in a different way. Or are we going to keep pushing down lower, test, lower, are we going to do something like that? And so that remains to be seen. We're still in balance, right? But to me, the big question is this going to be the daily higher low? And what are the odds of that happening? And you can see I've got a retracement tool here, which I've drawn inverse. But basically, if we stay above this midline here where it flips from green to red, then that means we are more likely to set the higher low. But if we drop below that midline, that's the 50% line, then it's more likely that any subsequent move up will be met with a lower high and then more downside. So right now we're close. We're sort of right in the middle of the range, wobbling around, but more so the price action up here has been to the, above the 50% mark. So technically speaking, I think this means that the likelihood is more downside, but we got to see what happens over the next few days. That's on SPY. Let's look at the others. So QQQ basically, looks the same, maybe a little bit less. Meta, totally falling apart, lost the tariff lows. Amazon, way lower, like 90% of the retracement. Google, a little bit lower, more like 60% of the retracement. Apple holding up really well, did not hold below the 50% mark and bouncing now. Nvidia well below the 50% mark and holding there. Tesla earnings today holding below the 50% mark, not looking strong. And then so that's the Mag 7 and QQQ and SPY. Let's look at some other names. So we had PLTR, which was showing a lot more strength. It actually moved above the reaction high off the tariff low and is holding up there, and today putting in an inside day. So to me, that's quite bullish. And then Walmart, which I'm actually trading, I bought Walmart here where it says the blue line CB. I bought it on this inside day here, right on the open, thinking that this might be the higher low. And that trade is currently risk-free and working. We'll see how it goes from here. So again, I think when you look at Mag 7 and big tech in general, it's sort of unclear. I would say leaning to possibly more downside. But there, again, that wall of worry, that thing that where everybody's kind of afraid things are just going to drift lower or we're going to end up in a recession, that's just lagging over everybody's head. And it remains to be seen. Are we going to climb that wall of worry or not? I'd say so far we actually haven't seen it. Like, I wouldn't get too bullish on the action today, and I wouldn't get too bearish on the action yesterday. Remains to be seen, but let's just keep watching those higher lows and see what we get.